Well, welcome to another Business Bite. This week I want to focus on a comeback in your business or even in life when you've faced obstacles or difficulties, cash flow, difficult staff, loss of clients. Often people think about downsizing or stagnating or regrouping. But when you've actually gone out of business, can you actually make a comeback? And there's lessons from this that will actually help you before you even get to that stage. Here's the story of Toys R Us, known to many of us, especially when our kids were young and then the grandkids, and spent many a time around a Toys R Us store and other toy stores as well. And knowing a bit about toys and games, because I worked on Hasbro, one of the big worldwide companies in our advertising days, and actually went to the toy fairs in New York and saw the big Toys R Us store with the ride, the show ride, and also the big giraffe, which was Jeffrey as their mascot. Well, the article that just came out in the last few days says a Toys R Us comeback. New name, same mascot Jeffrey, and emerging from the post-bankruptcy plan. So a Toys R Us back, it says, big question mark. Not quite, but the first signs of how the financial firms who carved up Toys R Us plan to resurrect the iconic brand from the ashes of its bankruptcy have started to emerge. The lenders, who own a key piece of the old Toys R Us, have revealed they are keeping the corporate brand names and intellectual properties. So often people want to give those away or sell them off when in fact many times they have some value to them. And it includes Jeffrey, the brand's giraffe mascot. And they're dipping their toes back in the toy business with a wholesale venture called Jeffrey's Toy Box, which actually tweaked something in me on the weekend when I passed an old Toys R Us store and saw Toy Box coming soon. And I wondered who was that, because I hadn't heard that name before. So maybe, and this is in Australia, so maybe they are branching out in that way. They are saying that they hope to have pop-ups. That's the thing that's very popular these days, in place inside stores of major regional stores in for the holidays pre-Christmas season to relaunch Toys R Us and Babies R Us stores down the road. So they want to capitalise on the peak selling season, which is pre-Christmas and the holiday season, and then eventually look at moving and relaunching the Toys R Us and Babies R Us, maybe as Toy Box. So Jeffrey's Toy Box introduced itself in the last few days at the toy manufacturers and sellers at the opening of the Dallas Toy Show with an exhibit booth and a costume Jeffrey mascot who was spotted wearing a cape with the words, "Back from vacation." So here's a couple of lessons already. They didn't get rid of their intellectual property, which there was some value in. Secondly, they're looking to capitalise on the key selling periods to create cash flow and awareness, and look at how do they reopen as full-on stores a little bit later. But what a great way to introduce yourself with the giraffe, Jeffrey, with a sign, "Back from vacation." It sort of is having a comical view on having to go in bankruptcy, but actually back from vacation. I had a good laugh when I read that. Toy manufacturers at the show were tweeting and posting on LinkedIn that they had spotted Jeffrey and Richard Barry, the former chief merchandising officer at Toys R Us, who appears to be heading the new venture for the investors. So there we go. They've now got major publicity being tweeted out from the toy show in Dallas from a whole lot of people to all their databases. So awareness is coming. So when you do something that's unique and different, then suddenly it's going to go out on people's social media. And what a great way of getting free publicity. So the new venture for now is being operated by Toys R Us at their headquarters in New Jersey, where a small number of former employees and executives continue to report to work. So the Toy Book, a trade publication, reported that Barry said the new company is exploring stores within stores, partnerships with large Midwestern retailers. There's a very limited scope of who that could be, but it doesn't really matter. They are looking for creative and innovative strategies. So if you think your business is on its last legs, maybe it needs some creative thinking and some input to really stir the pot, to throw things up in the air and say, what if? and be a little bit more venturous. I just read a story about Walt Disney, and I thought, yeah, this is the way we need to be thinking about in our businesses and our lives, our churches, and even our families. And it was titled under Your Faith for Impossible Dreams Pleases God, it says. And it went on to say, I've heard stories of Walt Disney meetings with his board of directors to toss out big ideas, and how if everyone at the table agreed favourably to his dreams, he'd say, never mind, that's not what we're going to do, because he realised he hadn't stretched his board in their thinking. However, when he would suggest something so far-fetched and out of the box that everyone would oppose it by saying, Walt, that's impossible. Nobody has ever done that before, he would declare, then that's what we're going to do. Walt Disney was an impossibility thinker. Are you an impossibility thinker with your business, or are you just ready to bury your hand in the sand, read more media about disastrous markets and where it's going, not going up and down and around in circles, or are you willing to go out there and make a difference? I was just reading in the last few days about Isaac in the Old Testament, where God blessed him and he grew many times over, and then he continued to prosper. What I hadn't realised previously, that he was prospering significantly in a drought. It wasn't good times, it was terrible times, and yet he prospered because he went on and obeyed God and started to do things with his whole business, in sense his farm, crops and livestock and all those type of things. So here's Toys R Us. They're going out with innovative thinking. We're back from vacation. What a great way of innovative thinking. Are you ready to innovate? Are you ready to innovate differently in your business? So go for it. Thank you.